A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus. My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room, except Lewis. Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. Songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of his silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. The rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him. He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch. On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Wake up! Come on, wake up! Welcome to Trivia Night, an endless onslaught. Apparently you want to skip my beautiful game rules. I'll remember that. Alright, first question. Hate to be that guy, but... do you know how many calories there are in a Starbucks Venti Caramel Frappuccino? Use your device to answer the question. And the correct answer is... who got it right? Which leaves only you. I want to show you something. Welcome to the killing floor. We're going to play the finger cutting game. Fingers are overrated, right? Just choose one of your fingers to cut off. It's the opposite of difficult. Aim for the tendon. Ah! See, that wasn't so bad, was it? I mean, you have to live with the consequences, but still. And here's where everybody's at, because, you know, we don't rank people enough in society. Here's another one. After you watch the mysterious videotape from The Ring, how long do you have before you die? Who said this? Which leaves only you. Let's go someplace fun. Hey girl! Welcome back to the killing floor. Let's have some fun with spelling. Use letters to spell the longest word you can before time runs out. I got some of these letters from Highlights magazine. And this one little safe person will be playing too. And if your friend spells a longer word than you, you die. Start poking those letters with your fingers. By the way, the letters don't have to be touching. And don't forget to press submit when you're done. You're almost out of time. Ooh, let's see what you did there. Let's see if your word holds up. Oh man, I was hoping you'd fail. I'm a total frenemy, right? Let's see how the scores look now. Alright, next question. According to the myth, why did Lady Godiva ride naked on horseback? Who said this one? Everyone is wrong. I have a surprise for you. Let's do a little memory test. Memorize the pattern. Alright, let's put these away. From left to right, what was the order of the weapons? If you make a mistake, I will kill you. This was the pattern, you silly gooses. How'd you do? Speaking of memory, I'm never going to forget how angry I am right now that no one died. Let's try this again. I only drink wine out of boxes, but tell me, what country provides most of the world's cork? And the correct answer is this. Which leads only you. Prepare for your punishment. Uh-oh, this is a mess. I'm going to need everyone's help. This piece of art has blood all over it. Memorize the pattern of blood. Alright, that's enough time. Reproduce the pattern on your device by tapping on all the spaces that were red. Then press submit when you're done. If anyone does better than you, I will be testy. Here's that art again, and here's what you did. Okay, let's see if everyone else is dumber than you. Wow, what a waste of my time. Next question. Who was not on the '92 NBA Dream Team? Who picked this one? Everyone is wrong. Let's play a game. It's time for my sickest creation, a math quiz. Answer as many math questions as you can before time runs out. If you can't get at least 15 right, you die. Let's do this. Yay, math! So much math going on right now. Get your last math in now. It'll all be over soon. Uh-oh, looks like somebody's a ghosty ghost. But don't worry, ghosts love trivia party games, so you're still in this. You haven't lost or anything. Even death doesn't get you out of trivia murder party. Only one of you is still alive. You know what that means. Congrats on making it here alive. Now let's see if you can escape with your body. I'm going to give you a category. Apples. Tap on each answer that fit. Let's see the right answers. You move forward one space for every correct answer. You're getting real close to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to you, then they will steal your body. Then they can escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question. And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you. are getting close now. Weird Al Yankovic songs. Anytime today, kiddo. Beware of the darkness. Yoga poses. I'm going to have to punish my writers. Simpsons characters voiced by Hank Azaria. Kill your friend and come back to life. It's the only way. Types of cheese. I get it. You did well. Travel tiles worth 4 points or more. Now escape before the others catch you. Here comes the next question. Shades of purple, not at all. Another life swap. Shellfish. So many kills! Sriracha ingredients. So much blood! Caribbean nations. Wow, I'm impressed. Here's another one. States that border Tennessee.
Attention Sector 5 interns, the toilet cam is in need of cleaning. Deep, cleaning.
You think this coffee tastes weird?
Oh, that's
All right.
the nanites. They're little silicon robots that
All of the surveillance we do here at the government gets collected in this computer, and when I say all of it, I mean all of it. Even that total disaster when you tried to cut open a mango. Usually we upload it straight to government YouTube, but today we're gonna use it to play Espionage! Now let's administer some fun. First up.
All right.
This might be the most important data we have. What percentage of people wipe their butts while standing up? Make it a good guess. You'll get more points the closer your guess is to the actual percentage. Got it. 42%. What do you think? Is the correct answer higher or lower? Going with lower. And the correct answer is 23%. That was a respectable guess. And guess what? You get points for saying lower. Who's next? Let's see, what would be good? How about this? What percentage of people usually let their gas gauges get to or below E before refilling? %. Okay, higher or lower?
All right.
The vote is lower. And Surveil says 29%. Yeah, okay. That'll get you some points. Here's some points. Okay, who's up next?
All right.
Ooh, this is gonna be good. What percentage of people take their Oreos apart before eating them? %. What do you think? Going with higher. Okay, let's see the right answer. 46%. It's true. There really are two kinds of people in the world. Well done. You get points. Next up. Yum. What percentage of people have at least one expired item in the fridge right now? %. Okay, higher or lower?
All right.
The vote is higher. Now let's get to the right answer. 82%. Terrible guess. You need to be within 30% to get points. Here's some points. We made it through round 1. Let's peek at the scores.
All right.
Round 2, here we come. Who's up first? Typey, typey. What percentage of people currently own aquariums? We have an answer. 14%. In round 2, you can now guess much higher or much lower. Pick one of those if you think the answer is off by 15% or more. If you're correct, you're Mama's little angel. You get double the points. You're saying higher. And Surveil says 10%. I've got big points for that guess. And since you were wrong, let's keep moving. Okay, who's up next? I'm going to search for... What percentage of people regularly use dryer sheets? %. What do you think?
All right.
Gotcha. Lower. Okay, let's see the right answer. 65%. You don't have to be a celebrity to live like one. Smart, yes. Here's your points. Who's next?
All right.
I'll bet our database has some juicy data for this. What percentage of people are Facebook friends with one or more of their old high school teachers? %. Okay, higher or lower? Going with higher. And the correct answer is 56%. I wish I knew why I think that's creepy. Good job. Double points for guessing much higher. Next up. All right, Surveillance Pro, what do you have for this? What percentage of women have worn toe rings? %. What do you think?
All right.
Lower it is. Okay, right answer is 59%. For men, it's a lot higher. And that ain't right. You'll get them next time. It's time for the final round. By hacking hundreds of cell phones, we found the most popular answers to this question. Other than mama or dada, what's the first word most people said as babies? So they were told. And here are the most popular answers. But only the top 3 answers will get you points. Good luck! All right, let's see what everyone picked. And what are the most popular answers? And the winner is...
All right.
Congratulations, you're the most surveillance surveillant that ever surveyed.
Three, two, one.
Oh, you're back. Darn, looks like I owe Paul $50. Well, let's start another game of Guespionage! Let's start with you. I don't know. How about... What percentage of people have gone bowling alone? We have an answer. 12%. Now it's your turn. Do you think the correct answer is higher or lower? The vote is higher. Now let's get to the right answer. 17%! Ooh, just a few percentage points off. Well done. Ooh, points for you. Okay, who's up next? All right, buckle in. I've got one for you. What percentage of people stay up until 4 a.m. at least once a month on average? 69%. Okay, higher or lower?
All right.
The vote is lower. And Surveil says 51%. And then how many of those people are shamefully walking home at 7? Nice job. I've got some points for you. Next up.
All right.
We've collected data about everything, even this. What percentage of people, when brushing their teeth, keep the faucet running continuously? %. What do you think? You're saying higher. And Surveil says 33%. Only 1% off. That's how you guespionage. Well done. You get points. Who's next? What should I search for in the old Surveillance Pro next? Ooh, I know. What percentage of people have had professional palm readings, visited psychics, or had tarot card readings? 55%. Okay, higher or lower?
All right.
Gotcha. Lower. And the correct answer is 30%, which is exactly the percentage of people who end up rich and famous and related to Abe Lincoln. Nice job. I've got some points for you. Let's see where things stand after round 1.
All right.
Time for round 2. Okay, who's first? All right, I have a good one. What percentage of people own t-shirts representing something from a TV show? Okay, we have a guess. 77%. Time to guess if the actual percentage is higher or lower. Going with higher. And the correct answer is 74%. Excellent answer. Points for you. And sorry, no points. Okay, who's up next? Here's one that'll perk up the ears of HR. What percentage of people currently have a crush on someone they work with? 50%. What do you think?
All right.
Going with lower. Okay, let's see the right answer. 29%. What a weird question. Right, Shelley? Nice job. I've got some points for you. Next up.
All right.
Ooh, the president asked us to look this up yesterday. What percentage of people cannot whistle? %. Okay, higher or lower? You're saying higher. Okay, let's see the right answer. 19%! Doesn't stop them from trying, though, when you're trying to work. And that ain't right. You'll get them next time. Who's next? Oh, here's one we've been especially interested in. Don't ask why. What percentage of people currently have gym memberships they haven't used in at least 6 months? 38%. What do you think?
All right.
The vote is lower. And the correct answer is 9%. It's the only thing keeping the world's economy afloat. Well done. You get points. Uh-oh, final round time. Through sophisticated population profiling, we found the most popular answers to this question. Which cartoon dog would people most like to have as a pet? Let's see what we have. You get 3 guesses. Try to pick the most popular answers to get the most points. Ready? Go! Okay, let's see what you picked. Okay, computer, show us the most popular answers. Every game has to have a winner, and our winner is...
All right.
Congratulations! As a bonus prize, I'll tell you which presidents were really robots.